Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some leaks. But first, let's just get started with the one that you all came here for, the Lord. So yeah, here he is in all of his darkness. Yeah, I have a feeling that he's going to be a very good monster. Maybe he's going to be a control monster because he like corrupted like everyone. So yeah. Alright, so I think Sir Valgar has already been leaked, and so with and same with Turtle Lion, and same with Boom Shakalaka. Alright, so Yaguai Wangshu breeding event. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I don't know if this has already been released or not. But let's just read it anyways. So Worker Hulk and Erdicus and Thorder Urgalente Jr. gives you Kihaku, and for every successful result, you'll get 10 Wangshu cells. Sorry if I did not pronounce that right. But if you don't get the combination right, I mean, if you don't get successful with your breeding, you'll get 5 cells for him. I don't know if the Anarcha breeding event has already been leaked already, also, but the combination is Greedy Dragon or Violet and Pixeline or Erdicus, and that would make O'Reilly. And same with this one, except it's Anarcha cells. For every successful result, you'll get 10 Anarcha cells, but for every unsuccessful one, you'll get 5. I don't know if the Collector's Breeding event has been released or not, but you can take a minute to pause and look at the combinations. So, the Tremor Challenge. I'm pretty sure that this is just going to be a progressive island, like those Tails events. So, Ingwe moveset. Okay, this guy has already been released at the moment of filming. And I don't know if the Wicked Challenge has already been released, but I'm pretty sure that this is also going to be just like a Tails event thingy. No, not a Tails event, just a progressive island thingy. And I don't know if the Taney's Challenge has already been released, but I'm pretty sure that it's the same with everything else I literally just said. It's also going to be a progressive island. Same with the Josh Dip Challenge. I'm pretty sure it's going to be another progressive island. Same with the Teddy VR challenge. They all could be, yeah, I'm pretty sure that these are going to be progressive islands. Okay, El Colossal Season 4 Mythics. El Colossal is back, with Mythic Monsters taking the spotlight. In this massive breeding event, you'll be able to get Season 4 Original Mythic Monsters and Season 4 Cosmic Mythic Monsters. Put 2 legendary monsters of the same element together in the breeding mountain and see what happens. If the result is a mythic monster, congratulations, you discovered the right combination. If you get Mudflow instead, try that combination again. You're really close. If it's neither a mythic monster nor a Mudflow, then start again with a different combination. Every time you breed a mythic monster, you will receive a mythic token, which will help you advance through the time challenge. There, you will receive special rewards every time you reach a milestone, as well as Stardust or Amber as you climb up the time challenge ranks. Remember, El Colossal only lasts 24 hours. The more you share with other monster masters, the more mythic combinations you'll be able to discover together. Bounty Hunt. Okay, this is just a bounty hunt, but I'm pretty sure it's for a stall killer, pretty sure. Anyway, he has already been released, so you can just look at his description in the Monstergram. And because of that, I'm not going to share any more leaked information. I'm not going to share any more leaked information for Ingwe because it's already been released officially. So Sir Valgar moveset, the light will shine. Alright, so this guy, he has been his skills have been designed by the community, pretty sure. So I'm not going to read his default skills. Actually, I don't know which ones. I'm just gonna read all of his skills because I don't know which ones are his default skills. Light will shine, deals moderate light damage to one enemy. Shining Spear deals low light damage to all enemies. Applies sunburn to all enemies. Purified Protection applies a damage protection to itself. Removes all negative status effects from itself. Requires cooldown. Royal Guard applies a 30% life shield to all allies. Applies life regeneration to all allies. Radiant Spear applies precision to itself. Deals moderate light damage to all enemies. Applies sunburn to all enemies. Requires cooldown. Divine Light applies double damage to all allies. Applies precision to all allies. Applies stamina regeneration to all allies. Requires cooldown. No Forgiveness. Deals heavy special damage to all enemies. Applies light weakness to all enemies. Requires cooldown. So, This skill right here, this seems like a high. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a high damage skill. Holy Punishment deals massive light damage to one enemy. Requires cooldown. Law of Valgor. So this is his special skill or his ultimate skill. Removes positive status effects from all enemies. Deals very heavy light damage to all enemies. Applies Mega Stun to all enemies. Applies Sunburn to all enemies. Okay, this seems pretty good. Matt Stoney moveset. Ooh, okay. Bad Sleep. Deals moderate dark damage to one enemy. Applies nightmares to one enemy. Feed Me. Deals moderate magic damage to one enemy. Gains as much life as damage dealt. Monster vs. Food. Deals low magic damage to all enemies. Gains as much life as damage done. Requires cooldown. Night Feeding. Deals moderate dark damage to all enemies. Applies nightmares to all enemies. Requires cooldown. Megatoad Training. Removes all negative status effects from itself. Applies double damage to itself. Requires cooldown. Growing Hunger. Increases its maximum life by 50%. Deals moderate magic damage to one enemy. Deals moderate magic damage to all enemies. Gains as much life as damage dealt. Requires cooldown. Food Demolisher. Deals very heavy dark damage to one enemy. Gains as much life as damage done. Applies nightmares to one enemy. Requires cooldown. Professional Devourer. Doubles its own maximum life. Deals very heavy dark damage to one enemy. Gains as much life as damage dealt. Requires cooldown. It's supper time. That's his special skill or ultimate skill. Deals massive special damage to all enemies. Gains as much life as damage dealt. Applies Curse and Nightmares to all enemies. Matt Stoney. Oh, it's a fast dark attacker with lifesteal, nightmares, and self-sustain abilities. I feel like he has he's similar to Countess Flawless. I think that's the name, Countess Flawless. Yeah. I'm not gonna read his description because it doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure that this guy's already been leaked. This guy has already been released, as I said earlier. Okay, so here's the Elf Friday moveset. Sorry if I did not pronounce that right. The Rot deals low metal damage to one enemy. Applies nanovirus to one enemy. Requires cooldown. Iron Casket applies an 100% love shield to one ally without any cooldowns. Arcane Smite deals moderate dark damage to one enemy. Applies Curse to one enemy. Requires cooldown. Death Ward applies a 50% life shield and damage protection to all allies. Requires cooldown. Sarcophagus Rex. 25% chance of killing an enemy. 5% chance if it's a boss. Applies life regeneration to itself. I don't know if True Vision affects percentages, but if True Vision does affect percentages, then this will be a guaranteed kill. This skill will be a guaranteed kill against any enemy. If he does have True Vision, of course. Arcane Wither deals heavy dark damage to one enemy. Applies nanovirus and curse to an enemy. Requires cooldown. Parliament of Decay deals moderate metal damage to all enemies. Applies nanovirus to all enemies. Requires cooldown. Reverse Iron Maiden applies a 50% life shield. Applies a 50% damage mirror and a 50% life shield to all allies. Applies damage protection to all allies. Requires cooldown. Breath of the Damned special or his ult. 50% chance of killing an enemy. 20% chance if it's a boss. Applies poison, curse, and nanovirus to all enemies. This skill is decent. It does kill an enemy though. Like it has a 50% chance. I don't know if he's that good. It sort of depends on his trait. Elfriday. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Metal tank with tortures, damage mirror, and shield skills. Camellia moveset. By the way, this is Camellia's design. Palace Counselor. Deals moderate thunder damage to one enemy. Applies shock to one enemy. Astronomy Master. Deals low thunder damage to all enemies. Applies daze to all enemies. Auriga Blessing. Applies torture immunity to itself. Applies precision to itself. Requires cooldown. Cetus Master deals very low thunder damage to one enemy. Applies daze to one enemy. Gives one extra turn to itself. Requires cooldown. Crux Counselor deals moderate thunder damage to all enemies. Applies shock to all enemies. Applies daze to all enemies. Requires cooldown. Hydra Blessing applies evasion to itself. Applies true vision to itself. Requires cooldown. Bright Andromeda deals very deals moderate thunder damage to all enemies. Applies stun to all enemies. Requires cooldown. Bright Lynx deals heavy thunder damage to one enemy. Applies mega stun to one enemy. Applies shock to one enemy. Requires cooldown. Meteor Shower is her ult or special. Deals heavy thunder damage to all enemies. Applies mega stun to all enemies. Applies shock to all enemies. Applies sunburn to all enemies. Okay, now we got a design for Skeletron. A design for Waldorf. Okay, here's the Vault Key challenge. Crowded Islands. Okay, this is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, all it is it's a progressive island, but for vault keys. It's similar to those Tails events. Okay, so Bounty Hunt. The two monsters that are going to be featured are Stall Killer and Yaguai. Fraternity event. Matt Stoney. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this means that Matt Stoney is going to be in a breeding event, because there's always a fraternity event with cells of the monster from the breeding event. And this special fraternity team event, if a team member purchases a gem pack, all members of the team get war coins or Matt Stoney cells. Please note that every team member will only be able to select Matt Stoney cells as a reward twice. For additional purposes, you and your team will still receive war coins as a reward. Matt Stoney event. Matt Stoney is a durable dark attacker with immunity to tortures and several lifesteal skills. There are multiple sources you can use to get him or collect his cells. A breeding event, a Monster Red Crazy event, the fraternity team event, 2 special offers, a daily mission, and his very own Matt Stoney's time-limited book. Go for it. I'm pretty sure his breeding event is going to happen during the race. Yeah, I think it starts at the first day of the race. Okay, Matt Stoney's book. Complete Matt Stoney's book to get juicy rewards, including Matt Stoney cells, mythic Ludum, vault keys, and a diamond relic. This book will be active for a limited time only, so don't waste a minute and start now. Monsterwood cells. Monsterwood is bursting with cells. And check out our guest stars here because they're big. During this event, you can obtain 3 cells for Manipulate, Makugan, that's a legendary, and 2 new corrupted monsters, Matt Stoney and Sir Valgur. To celebrate the occasion, the amount of videos you can watch has gone through the roof. You can play up to 50 videos in a row and a total of 100 a day. Get your lab ready to rank them up. If you're under level 20, all the cells you collect will be saved in your storage until you open the monster lab. Okay, so it's just Monster Red Crazy event, pretty sure. Alright, so Golden Pass chest. Sapphire contains 2,000 Lord Nebutus cells and 7,000 Sir Valgur cells. Emerald contains 4,500 Lord Nebutus cells and 3,700 Sir Valgur cells. Ruby contains 7,000 Boom Shakalaka cells and 4,500 Sir Valgur cells. And here's just an extra leak that shows you which monsters are going to be in the free pass, golden pass, and $50 pass. So Sir Valgur is going to be in the free pass. Lord Nebutus is going to be pay to win, and Boom Shakalaka is going to be in the $50 pass, pretty sure. But it's just a leak, it's unofficial, and yeah. Alright guys, that will be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you could just take a moment to share this video real quickly with other people who play Monster Legends on Discord, wherever you talk. If you could just share it with them so that they can know about these leaks too, that would be greatly appreciated, and I'll leave it up to you whether you want to like and subscribe or not. But anyways, that will be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!